I was lucky enough to find myself at the wonderful Antique Experience in Denton, Texas today. I really like this antique store because there's another one right next to it in the same shopping center. Pretty cool stuff. Some nice country living decor. When in Texas, do as the Texans do. I've already got a nice piece speaking to me. Nice little comic bin here. Looks like they're really favoring the Image stuff. Oh, that's cool. We got some Valiant. This big old tin of craft shortening. Wow. $100. Ooh, this thing looks old. Same deal with this hurricane lamp. I don't know if any of you guys know about hurricane lamps. Some saddle action. That may actually be a decent price. I've seen saddles go for thousands. I do like me some lamps like this. 350 bucks. Ooh. Okay, lawn furniture, I see ya. Really cool frog. 95 bucks on the frog. 120 for the bird bath? Wish I had a place for it. Hello there. The String Doll Gang. Looks like the gang's all here. Definitely all here. More Texas. I'm not really sure what to think about that Mighty Mouse stained glass window. I don't remember Mighty Mouse with braces. Okay, we might have something good here. Motorcycle helmets are real nifty. I guess Harley's okay too. Yeah, these are really cool devices. People actually used to wear these before trading to baseball caps. Fun fact, these will actually keep your brain inside your skull. Baseball caps don't do that as well. There was a chromie homie hiding. Nice glasses. There's an Austin Powers joke there. I don't know if you guys saw the last video where I was talking about these Vera Bradley bags. Looks like we got another one right here. You can tell because it says Vera Bradley. And a third bag. Sorry, 4. Something about this picture is really speaking to me. I'm sure there's a weird story behind it. Moving on. Past the tea party. Actually, they've got a lot in here. Wow. Very colorful. Now you're talking my language. I got 6 letters for y'all. D, B, Z, V, H, S. We got a lot of Star Trek toys down in here. All those. This one, Whoopi Goldberg. This is the Star Trek honey hole. Although I really don't know enough about Star Trek toys to know if $12 is good for Captain Denton. More comic books. This one's pretty interesting. Spider-Man, and it's old. I just wish I knew more about comic book prices. 16 is probably fair on that. Sports cards. Sometimes I wish I was a baseball fan. There's usually plenty of interesting things in these cases here. Lots of bits and bobs, knickknacks, trinkets, treasures, aviators, planers, brass teapots, turtle carcasses, Pokemans. These boots are made for walking. Some adult reading material featuring prints, scary clown, money, money, money. Oh, we got some more of this. Lionel trains, them's the ones. If anyone's looking for a Spawn #1 antique experience in Denton's got it. Is that literally Moon Knight #1? There's a horrible reflection, but check out this Spider-Man 300 by Todd McFarlane. Looks like it's still sealed. Good stuff. Roy Rogers alarm clock, 45 bucks. We are really lucking out on all of this wonderful reading material. It just goes on and on. Those belong to somebody's grandfather. Does anybody remember fine china? Moving on to the back of the store. Lots of really interesting stuff, but nothing that I really want to buy today. I did like those Dragon Ball Z VHSs. My grandma had a few of these. She claimed the ones she had were from the 30s. Raggedy Ann and Andy. Got some more country living. This guy's booth is so cool. I really like what he's done, planing a lot of this wood, making it real smooth. Primed and ready to become a coffee table. Kind of like this one. And that's actually a really decent price for something like that. See, look at this one, 1,200 bucks. I'm not exactly sure if it's the wood, Texas blackjack oak, that's making it so darn expensive. This one's definitely speaking to me. Yep, Dragon Ball Z, that's all I've seen so far. Well, I guess we can't forget about the Spawn #1 and the Moon Knight #1 comic book. Here we go, here we go. This may actually be a good pickup for a resale. Season 7 of Buffy for $6. I'm just not really a huge Buffy fan. Okay, Adventures of the Galaxy Rangers lunchbox. Still has the tag. See if the thermos is in there. And we do have the thermos. 25. I don't really know. The front feels kind of bubbly. I'm just not a Space Rangers fan. Little Werewolf by Night comic book. Oh, we got more. This is the Werewolf by Night comic zone. These were always destined for antique stores. I always kind of enjoy looking at camera combos. A lot of people don't realize you can actually put old lenses on brand new cameras. You just might need a spacer or an adapter in most cases. We are now inside of the Antique Experience. The other store in the same shopping center was actually the Antique Gallery USA in Denton, Texas. Got some wonderful tools, more planers, a reflex hammer. Now the main reason why I came in here was that I kept seeing comic books at the other place. And then I saw a sign that there's actually a comic book store over here. Okay, I think we might have found the comic book shop. Make our way in here with more wonderful stores. Oh, wow. Gotta love these entire seasons on DVD. Good for whenever the internet's out. That's inappropriate. I wonder how much it is. 10 bucks. Oh, it's a bell. Another cubby. Nothing really to write home about. Well, and here we are. The fabled comic book shop. I'm liking these glasses. Dr. Doom glass? What are these, 7-Eleven? Looking like they got some original movie posters. And it goes on and on and on and on. And there's those over there too. Pretty impressive. I have not heard of most of these movies. Oh, nice. We got some Vampirella. Cover art by a guy named Frank Frazetta, a fantasy artist. We got a good amount of comic books. Pretty healthy inventory. Looks like this is where they keep the good stuff. Looks like we're getting to the end of the comic book store. But it's really cool to have one just kind of tucked in the back of an antique shop. Now it really seems like this Antique Experience, the sister store to the Antique Gallery in Denton, Texas, over in the same parking lot. It seems like this one's really trying to push more of the old stuff, real old stuff. I see more of a mix of stuff that's like kind of just barely getting into the vintage over at the other one. Kind of just barely squeaking their way into antique status. But stuff like this, stuff like that, definitely something like this. That's what you call an antique. I sure do love me some antiquing. This is interesting. This looks hand carved. Wow. Okay, moving away from the comic book store. We are in the back of the store on the opposite side. They've got a lot of really unique things in here, stuff you would not see any day unless you're scouring the internet or going to other antique places. Like stuff like this, a Singer sewing machine. I'm guessing it's from the 30s. I don't know, but it gives me something to look up. Unsure if you guys have ever seen these metal record players. I'm talking about a music device from 1886. Oh wow, this one's actually gone down in price. These operate in a fashion much like a music box. These little indentations in the metal, them's the notes. And then it spins around and around, producing music. Oh, that's cute. Nice little console stereo. Good for the corner. Fabric still good. Not too shabby. More console stereos. I actually have 2 of those at my house right now. Clocks, cuckoos, grandfathers, and a Kit Kat. Yeah, they got some super interesting stuff in here. More of them metal record players. And this one's actually a little similar to that. A cylinder music box. Circa 1800 Paris, wow. Yeah, I really love getting out to these places. It's a feast for the eyes. I really kind of just like getting out and looking, seeing things I've never seen before. Give me some directions to research, learn a few new things. I even like the smell of all this old stuff. It's a very interesting lamp. Final thoughts. I'd say if you guys are looking for anything like pop culture from the 90s, old VHS, DVDs, you're gonna find a lot more of that kind of stuff over at the Antique Gallery in Denton. But if you're looking for some genuine antiques, you might want to come over to the Antique Experience in Denton. Both places are right next door to each other in the same parking lot. So if you're in the area, you might as well check out both. Anyhow, y'all have a great rest of your day. Ooh, an accordion.